Welcome back to the deep dive, where we take a whole stack of research and sources and, well, give you the shortcut to really knowing what's going on. Today, we're wading into a topic that I think for a lot of people still brings up some immediate anxiety: artificial intelligence. I mean, when most of us hear AI, our minds jump to humanoid robots, self-driving cars, maybe even that classic sci-fi movie where the computer decides to take over. And look, those scenarios, they understandably create some reservations, but based on the material we pulled, I have a bit of a challenge for you today. AI isn't some far off thing that's coming. It's already here. It's doing heavy lifting in your pocket, in your car, in your home, and usually you don't give it a second thought. So my question is, how many times have you already used AI just today?
And that's really the core of it, isn't it? We're moving past the theory and looking at the reality. We're going to show that AI isn't this single thing waiting to arrive. It's already deeply embedded in your daily habits, quietly, benignly, and sometimes in really delightful ways. And the scale of this is it's massive. Our sources project that the AI tools already active in everyday apps and services are on track to generate an incredible $1.8 trillion in revenue by 2030.
That's a staggering figure. It proves this is so far beyond just a niche technology. Okay, let's unpack this. Starting with the ways AI quietly shapes the very beginning of your day. Right, so we tend to look for AI in these big, obvious places, but its most common job is being this kind of invisible helper, just fine-tuning things. Let's start with the moment you wake up. My old alarm clock, it just buzzes at 7 a.m., period. Doesn't care how tired I am. But I've heard modern smart alarms are doing way more than that.
Oh, way more. A traditional alarm is just a passive timer. But an AI-powered system, like in an app like Sleep Cycle or built into a Google Nest Hub, is actively monitoring you. It's using sensors to track your breathing, your movement, even sounds all through the night.
Okay, so how does tracking me all night translate into a better morning?
Well, it's looking for what's called the optimal wake-up window. So you set your alarm for 7, right? The AI is tracking your sleep phases. If it senses you're in a light sleep phase at, say, 6:45 a.m., it'll gently wake you up then. Instead of waiting to jolt you out of a deep sleep, you might hit at 6:58. The whole goal is just minimal grogginess. It's optimizing your body's own rhythm.
That sounds great for my morning, but
Yeah.
for someone who's already reserved about this stuff, tracking breathing and movement all night, that sounds an awful lot like surveillance.
And that's the fundamental trade-off. The sources are clear about this. You provide data to get a personal benefit, in this case, a better wake-up. The data usually stays within that app's context, focused just on the function you asked for. And most users find the trade-off worth it because the benefit is so immediate, you just feel less tired.
And the second we pick up our phones, that AI cycle starts right up again with information. I notice my news feed is all tech, all the time, but my friends see completely different stories.
That's AI taking the reins again. Personalized feeds, whether it's Google News or your social media timeline, use machine learning. They don't just show you what's new, they rank and prioritize everything based on a really detailed history of your behavior.
So what I've clicked on, what I've shared, how long I stared at a picture.
Exactly. Even your location. It's
Yeah.
personalization engine. It's designed to make sure you're not drowning in stuff you don't care about.
But that gets to the core reservation, doesn't it? Isn't this just building a filter bubble? Does it only show us things we already agree with?
That is the critical question. And the sources acknowledge that. The primary goal is engagement, filtering out the noise. But that secondary effect, the narrowing of perspective, that's a known drawback that developers are still trying to solve.
Right. And speaking of information, what about weather forecasts? I get these alerts on my phone that are accurate, down to the minute. Rain starting in 8 minutes.
And that precision is pure AI. Old methods couldn't do that. AI models process these enormous data sets, satellite images, pressure readings, historical patterns, and they adjust that model in real time. That's how an app can tell you a downpour is about to hit your specific street.
And as we shift into the workday, it's all about streamlining communication. We all love our spam filters, right? That's AI analyzing billions of emails to protect us.
Security is a huge silent application. But the real helper is the efficiency boost. Think about smart replies in Gmail. You get an email about a meeting, and the AI instantly suggests 3 relevant responses.
I'm available after 2 p.m. Or what time works for you? Yeah, saves me so much time.
Exactly. It cuts minutes out of every single interaction, and that efficiency extends right into travel.
This is where the reservations about, say, self-driving cars can overshadow how much we already use AI on the road.
Totally. The navigation app you use every day, Google Maps, Waze, it's an AI powerhouse. It's processing live data from thousands of other drivers, factoring in accidents, construction, everything to find the fastest route.
And with ride sharing, the entire system is AI.
Yep, Uber, Lyft.
Yeah.
Their algorithms match riders and drivers based on location and demand. It's also what's behind dynamic pricing.
Ah, surge pricing.
Right. When demand spikes, the AI raises the price.
Yeah.
It's not just for profit. It's a way to balance the system and make sure a car is actually available.
So to sum this first part up, from waking up to driving to work, AI is just this foundational layer, saving us time and reducing little errors all day.
It really is the bedrock of modern convenience.
Okay, but we've covered the routine, the efficient. Here's where it gets really interesting. AI is being used in some, well, unexpected and frankly delightful ways. I found this idea, AI companionship, fascinating. The sources talk about ELIQ, a companion for the elderly. What is it actually doing?
ELIQ is designed to fight loneliness. It's not just a scheduler. It's a proactive, friendly presence in the home. It'll suggest activities, tell a joke, start a conversation.
So it initiates contact.
Yes, it actively checks in. It makes it easy to do video chats. It's about engagement, giving older adults a consistent, intelligent, non-judgmental conversational partner. It really improves quality of life.
That's a really profound use case. Okay, now let's go to the kitchen, where we find our briefly fired robot friend, Flippy.
Flippy the robot burger chef. It was built to work the grill, a hot, risky job, and to do it fast. It could flip up to 300 burgers an hour.
300! That's insane. But the funniest detail from the sources is what happened when they first tried it out.
Right. It was at a Caliburger back in 2018. Flippy was let go after only 2 days.
But not because it failed.
No, because the human workers couldn't keep up. Flippy was grilling burgers so fast that the people assembling them got completely overwhelmed. It created a massive bottleneck.
An early and very funny victory for the human assembly line workers.
It really was. And okay, moving from the kitchen to, well, to the river, we have to talk about facial recognition for fish.
I'm sorry, facial recognition for fish? I thought that had to be a typo.
Nope, it's real. It's a system being developed to manage waterways. As fish swim through a chute, an AI scans and identifies each one. It's like a biometric scan, but for fish species.
And what does it do with that information?
It acts like a bouncer. If it sees an invasive species that's harming the ecosystem, it physically separates it, scooping it out of the water to protect the native fish.
That's incredible. And it's also getting into really aesthetic fields like perfume.
Yes, this idea of artificial olfaction. A German fragrance house, Simrise, worked with IBM's AI. It analyzed millions of chemical formulas and decades of customer data to spot patterns we can't see. It then helps blend totally new, unique fragrances by predicting what combinations people will find appealing.
And finally, it's pushing into creativity itself. It's writing music.
This is where it gets really blurry. There was a hit song, Not Easy, by Alex Daykid. He collaborated with IBM's Watson. Watson analyzed 5 years of hit music, news headlines, social media, basically the entire cultural mood, to help shape the lyrical themes and the tone of the song.
And then there's Deep Beat, the AI rapper.
Yeah, that one learns from existing rap lyrics and then generates completely new rhymes and rhythms.
But the most provocative example has to be the lost tapes of the 27 Club.
Oh, absolutely. For that project, an AI analyzed dozens of songs from artists like Amy Winehouse and Jimi Hendrix. It looked at everything: melodies, chord changes, guitar riffs, vocal patterns.
And then it created new songs in their style.
Exactly. It created brand new compositions that sound uncannily like them.
So the AI isn't feeling heartbreak or joy. It's just analyzing the mathematics of heartbreak and joy in their music and then replicating the sound.
You've nailed it. It's a technical reproduction, not an emotional one. And that raises some huge questions.
Okay, let's move from the creative back to the critically practical. AI is having a huge impact on personal health and home management, which I think really speaks to anyone still holding reservations. Wearable health devices are the obvious one. Your smartwatch is using AI to monitor your heart rate, your sleep, your activity.
And it's not just tracking, it's analyzing. It's processing that data to look for irregularities, like an abnormal heartbeat, and can even predict potential health risks, giving you that crucial early warning.
And that convenience is moving into our homes, too. Smart thermostats learn our habits to save energy, but we have to talk about the AI toilet.
We do.
The AI toilet needs its own moment. Please explain this to me.
Okay, so the sources describe AI toilets that use pressure and image sensors to analyze health markers for your waste.
From number 1 and number 2.
From number 1 and number 2, yes. It can run instant tests, track your health over time, and if it detects something worrying, it might suggest a diet change or even automatically notify your doctor.
A toilet that calls my doctor. That is That is truly next level. It's both incredible and, for some unsure, incredibly intrusive.
It definitely pushes the boundary. On a slightly more palatable note, AI is also in grocery shopping. Smart fridges can track what food you have, suggest meal plans, and even find the best prices for you at nearby stores.
So it's all about convenience and reducing waste. But we have to address the other side. AI is not perfect, and the sources were very clear about some major flaws.
Absolutely. AI is great for fighting financial fraud, for example. But early facial recognition tools had a huge problem. They were trained mostly on Caucasian faces.
So they were much less accurate for people of color.
Exactly, which led to serious concerns about misidentification and, basic fairness.
And this problem of bias data shows up in stranger ways, too, right?
It does. There was an MIT algorithm fed thousands of inspirational quotes to learn how to write new ones. The result, 75% of its new fortunes were, quote, very negative.
Like what?
Things like, I am a bad situation, or my personal favorite, you are headed toward failure. It's a perfect reminder that the AI is only as good or as unbiased as the data you feed it.
And there was that AI beauty contest in 2016. The robot jury was supposed to be objective, looking at facial symmetry, but it ended up that only one of the 44 winners had dark skin.
Right, because the training data it learned from reflected existing human biases about beauty standards. The machine just learned our flaws.
Which brings us to the ethics of something like Google Duplex.
That was the assistant that could book appointments over the phone.
Yes, and it sounded so real. It used ums and uhs. It paused naturally, but you couldn't tell it was a machine, and that sparked a massive debate.
Should you have to tell someone they're talking to an AI?
Exactly. Or does the convenience outweigh the need for that kind of transparency?
So when you look at the whole picture, the personalization on Netflix, the efficiency of your email, the health data from your watch, it's clear AI is woven into our lives. It offers huge benefits, but its development needs incredible care to make sure we're not just building our own biases into our machines.
So what does this all mean?
It means that right now, the main role of AI in your life isn't about taking over. It's a functional, quiet tool. Reservations often come from that future speculation, the sci-fi stuff. But the day-to-day reality is just continuous, convenient assistance, getting you through traffic, filtering your email, even helping you write a song.
The fact that you benefit from its personalization and its predictions every single day proves its utility, really. Regardless of any skepticism you might have about the term artificial intelligence, it's already part of the machinery of life.
And that leads to a final provocative thought. If AI can be trained to perfectly reproduce the style of a dead musician, or, as sources mention, to be a flawless news anchor like China's Zhang Zhao, what's the future value of human originality? Do you even need a human originator anymore? That's something to think about until the next deep dive.
We'll see you next time.